All right, go ahead, Mr. Lockhart.
Yeah, so I am Jamil of the family Lockhart, flesh and blood, living man, and attorney in fact for Jamil Lockhart and Legis Trust. I'm here by threat, duress, and coercion. I'm here making a special appearance, and I'm here to demand that the court prove jurisdiction over me as a live flesh and blood man.
Today we are diving into a courtroom showdown that starts with high tension. Jamal Lockhart immediately challenges the court, demanding proof of jurisdiction. From civil or criminal status to constitutional rights, every word sets the stage for conflict. The judge responds methodically, but Lockhart's questions ignite the suspense, signaling that this is going to be far from a routine appearance.
Mr. Lockhart.
Yes, hello?
Are you, you've been here before, correct?
Yeah, I've been here before.
Have you made any kind of filings on your behalf?
Yeah, quite a few.
This is the city of Detroit versus Jamil Amir Lockhart. Appearance for the record, please.
Yeah, so I am Jamil of the family Lockhart. The motions that I filed and the documents that I have filed have all been trying to ascertain the jurisdiction of this court. And I don't understand the nature and cause of the action against me. And I'm trying to understand under what jurisdiction the court intends to proceed. First of all, is this going to be a civil or a criminal action? Criminal. Okay. Your Honor, the Constitution grants this court two criminal jurisdictions. One is criminal jurisdiction under the common law, and one is a criminal jurisdiction under admiralty or military tribunal. From Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 of the Constitution. So in which of these two criminal jurisdictions does the court intend to try me?
Where is your motion, sir?
There's a motion filed there. It's a motion to dismiss based on lack of subject matter jurisdiction.
Here, the tension escalates as the judge denies Lockhart's motion to dismiss. Lockhart refuses to back down, pressing on his right under the Sixth Amendment to understand the charges. The courtroom teeters on the edge as legal jargon collides with constitutional challenges. Every exchange intensifies suspense, leaving viewers questioning who will control the courtroom and how far Lockhart will push before consequences arise.
All right, I'm going to deny that motion. I'm going to set a bench trial or jury trial if you choose. Which one would you want to have?
Okay, Your Honor, under what grounds, what facts and findings and conclusions of law are you denying that motion to dismiss? I'm trying to understand the jurisdiction of the court. You have not disclosed it to me. I'm asking you
to disclose it to you. Check the court rules, sir.
Well, Your Honor, the Sixth Amendment grants me the right to understand the nature and cause of any action brought against me, and it grants you the duty to inform me. So I don't think you would be breaching your oath of office if you were to inform me under which jurisdiction this court intends to proceed. In order for me to intelligently defend myself without an attorney, I need to understand which jurisdiction the court intends to proceed to conduct defense.
We have a very good attorney on the line, Mr. Elwood Terry. If you want to speak to him in a breakout room, I can give you that opportunity. Other than that, I'm going to set a bench trial or a jury trial in the matter.
Okay. Please let the record show that I have attempted to understand or to ask what is the jurisdiction of the court is operating under. And it appears that the court is operating under a secret jurisdiction, maybe only known to bar members and licensed attorneys. So let the record show that I am trying to understand jurisdiction and nature of cause against me, and the court has denied me that information.
I'm not denying you the information. The information is public information, sir. The information is outlined in the Michigan court rules. You need to read the Michigan court rules, and you can find out jurisdiction. It'll tell you everything about jurisdiction. That's entirely public information. You can go online and type in the court rules. The whole book is ascertainable to you online.
Sir, the Sixth Amendment grants you.
required. I'm not required.
to inform me of the nature and cause of any action brought against me. And right now, you are denying that right.
I'm gonna inform you, sir. Don't speak over me. You want me to inform you of the nature and cause of the action. You're charged with driving. Drive while license not valid or improper. The other charges, no insurance, misdemeanor. The allegation is that you were driving the same 2011 Jaguar in the city of Detroit without the proper registration on that vehicle.
I understand the
maximum possible. Don't interrupt me, sir.
Okay, good. I'm sorry.
Those are the charges. Do you want a bench trial or a jury trial?
Your Honor, I am trying to understand the jurisdiction of this court. As I said, you told me it was a criminal jurisdiction.
If you read the Michigan court rules, the Michigan court rules will tell you and give you jurisdiction. So they have a copy of the Michigan court rules online or at the public library. I'm sure it is not as easily ascertainable, and we're not going to keep going down this road, son, young man. Do you want a bench trial?
So I cannot. I'm asking you a very specific question, and it is this a criminal jurisdiction under common law, or is it a criminal jurisdiction under military tribunal?
Listen, it's
Things get heated as Lockhart continues to challenge jurisdiction while the judge warns of contempt. He motions for dismissal and even suggests moving to federal court. The courtroom becomes a chessboard of procedure versus rights, with each side strategically positioning. This part captures the conflict at its peak, showing the delicate balance between legal authority and an individual's attempt to assert constitutional protections.
Let's move on to the next person.
Sir, please answer that.
It
can only be one or the other.
You'll leave me no choice but to hold you in contempt. I'm asking you a specific question.
Your Honor, I do not wish to be held in contempt. I am trying to exercise my Sixth Amendment right. I can show you Constitution is exercise of a constitutional right cannot be converted into a crime, sir.
Sir, the way you speak to the court is via motion. Okay, if you have a motion that I've already denied one of your motions, if you have another motion presented
under what basis, under what grounds have you denied my motions?
It's not my job to explain to you all of the court rules, sir.
So there's only two jurisdictions which this court can operate under.
Just like any other, you're going to be treated just like any other lawyer that comes in this courtroom. So you have to know the rules.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to seek legal advice or ask you what the rules are. I'm asking you a very specific question. There can only be two jurisdictions under criminal law. And is it under common law or is it admiralty law?
On the record for Mr. Jamil Lockhart.
Yes.
All right. This is the last time I'm going to say this. I'm not going to continue to go back and forth with you regarding court rules and all of those positions that you have. If you put it in a motion, we'll set a motion hearing date.
If you are setting a motion hearing date, you are doing so without my understanding of the nature and cause of the action against me.
Listen,
and I cannot move forward until I have these questions answered. These are basic questions that you are obligated under the Sixth Amendment.
I'm not obligated to answer any of that stuff. I told you, I gave you the answer to that stuff by looking in the court rules. You're obligated to know the rules.
Sir, what you mentioned is statutory law. And if we are proceeding under some kind of statutory law, I motion that we dismiss for lack of a sworn complaint or anything signed by injured party. And in fact, where is the injured party? Is the officer present, and who is the injured party in this case?
The officer is not required to be present today. It is a pretrial date. I'll hold that dismissal motion in abeyance until the date of trial. At the date of trial, if there's no signed complaint on the date of trial, then we will dismiss by no signed complaint. So I'll give the city an opportunity to come up with a signed complaint.
I'm sorry, is the city the injured party here?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay, well, sir, I move that we either dismiss this case or move this case to federal court. If the city is the plaintiff or injured party, they cannot also be the judge and prosecutor.
File a motion on that, sir. If you're saying that I do have a signed complaint one.
Well, that brings me back to my original question. Is this a statutory proceeding? Because if there is, there would have to be an international contract or agreement. And I would implore the prosecution to put that agreement on the record.
The drama hits its peak as the judge begins issuing contempt warnings and detailing jail time. Lockhart protests, citing constitutional rights, while the judge enforces order with escalating authority. Each interruption heightens tension, keeping viewers on edge. The courtroom transforms into a gripping standoff between personal liberty and judicial procedure, leaving no room for compromise and full of suspense as the potential consequences loom large.
Explain how I am party to it.
Young man, you got to go do your homework, okay? And it appears that you're taking this position and you're adamant about this position, and you're free to do that. Now, whether you're going to win at this position, that's going to be up to what you say in your brief and how it relates to the law, and we'll make a decision on that stuff, okay? But at this point, you need to educate yourself, because you seem like a very articulate, educated young man. You need to educate yourself on court rules and procedure. Until you get it correct, we can't talk, because we have to be speaking the same language, okay?
I mean, that's the main thing I'm trying to understand here, sir. Is this a common law criminal procedure
I'm giving you some direction on.
Well, sir, I don't know which rules. If you could tell me where I could find the rules for
I told you, go to Michigan court rules. They got Michigan court rules.
They have rules for criminal procedure under statutory law.
Yes, very much so.
Could you please direct me to that?
I've already directed you to it. Michigan court rules. There's a book that's over 1,000 pages, and it'll answer, well, close to 1,000 pages. It has those questions outlined in there. You're expected to know
Are
that.
those Michigan court rules, is that statutory law?
I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you, sir. Whatever motions that you have, that's how you speak to the court, through motions. And whatever motions that you have, I will review it. I read all the motions that come across. I check all the law myself. And if you have some law, I would suggest that law that you're saying that we don't.
Your Honor, there is no international contract. I mean, we've asked the prosecutor to produce an international contract that would bind me to this statutory proceeding, and I'm not aware of any contract. In the absence of such contract, I motion that we dismiss this case. And for the record, I would just
in order to, you can move to the circuit court, and you can appeal my decision as it relates to that. But we're not going to keep on going back and forth.
I think we should move this case to federal court. As I stated, if the city is the injured party,
file a motion so I can, on your removal motion, file a motion.
I do not wish to continue or delay this any further. There's been no evidence presented to substantiate any kind of jurisdiction in this case. This is our second time. I've asked for this the first time. And there's been no evidence of any jurisdiction, and I don't understand why, you're insisting on, moving to another court date, and we have not addressed this very basic and fundamental issue of jurisdiction. If it cannot be proven and proven on the record, then this case must be dismissed. Well, I mean, I don't understand why we are delaying this any further.
We don't have to delay it any further. I can put a warrant out for your arrest, and you don't have to show up. I mean, you'll have to deal with that then. But at some point, You're gonna have to be.
Under what grounds, under what basis are you putting a warrant out for my arrest and you
I
haven't?
didn't say I was gonna put a warrant. I said, if you're telling the court that you're not gonna come back to any court dates, then that's up to you. All I can do.
What I'm saying, sir, is I don't wish to delay this any further. There has been no proof of jurisdiction. There is no live injured party. I mean, there's a claim that the city of Detroit is an injured party, but I'm not aware of any international agreements or contracts that I've entered into with the city of Detroit. And the prosecutor can't provide that. And it seems like there's a bias going on here because flat on its face, the prosecutor hasn't even spoken on this issue. And you just insist that we move to another court date. And I don't understand. I mean, your oath of office is to uphold the Constitution. And what I'm asking is,
what you're saying in essence is that I don't have any authority.
I'm asking you to prove your authority.
I'm
asking you to prove your authority. I'm trying to understand where your authority is coming from. And you're failing to
read the Michigan court rules, read your statutes, read the Constitution over again, and you'll find that.
As I said before, I'm not asking you for legal advice or where
and
to
the
go.
Michigan Constitution.
You have, if you have a legitimate jurisdiction, I'm asking you, is it a criminal jurisdiction under statutory law, or is it under the common law?
All right, we're gonna give them a trial.
And you will not answer that question. Your Honor, we cannot proceed until I understand the nature and cause of the action against me.
I'm gonna say this one last time to you, sir. Go, and if you want to speak to the court, if you have any objection to the court and these dates, and if you don't feel that these dates are lawful, and if you whatever your claim is that you're stating, you speak to the court through motions. I want that, and those motions that you're entertaining on the record right now, I've dismissed some of them already. I want you to file those motions with the court.
Under no basis
so that the court can read your motion and make a ruling and give the city attorney an opportunity to respond. If you do it the proper way, you might learn something. But I don't think that the way that you're going, that you're even if they show you documentation like it is in black and white, you're not going to believe that anyway. That's the perception that I'm getting from you. So I'm going to set these dates. It's going to be up to you whether you want to come to these court hearings or not. And if you don't come to the court hearings, the only recourse I have is to issue a warrant for failure to appear. Okay, so
sir, I still have this same question that you keep failing to answer, and without that question being understood,
and that's it. I'm done talking about it. Okay, that's it. So I'm going to set a
let the record show that the judge has refused.
Listen, sir, don't interrupt me again. Okay? Don't interrupt me again. Let's set a motion date for.
I do not consent.
Please do not say anything else, sir. Okay.
Sir, I'm exercising my Sixth Amendment right. The Sixth Amendment, exercise of an amendment right cannot be converted into a crime, sir.
I'm holding you in contempt of court, sir.
As I stated before, I'm trying to understand the jurisdiction of the court.
I'm not going to deal with you. You're going to jail.
Pursuant to
Let's pull out the contempt
the Sixth Amendment.
Whatever paperwork we need to do and fill it out, we're going to fill it out this time. I'm holding your client. Well, Mr. Berry, you are, I guess, not representing this client because this client is probably. Do you want the representation of a lawyer, sir, at this point now, sir? Because now you're looking at 30 days in the Wayne County Jail. Do you want the representation or not? Please
let the record show that I have attempted to understand the jurisdiction of this court, and this court has refused me that answer. And apparently it is a jurisdiction only understood to bar members and licensed attorneys. This is a direct violation of the Constitution, and I do not consent. I do not agree. That's it. Your Honor, I do not wish to be held in contempt.
It's too late.
I've merely asked a very basic, simple question, and you have refused to answer it. I feel as though the court is trying to constrain me to an unfair plea in absence of my understanding of the nature and cause of the action against me. So did you receive the documents that I sent you asking for your anti-bribery statement? Hello.
I'm going to order you to report to the Wayne County Jail today.
I do not accept. I do not understand the nature and cause of the action against me. You have told me this is a criminal jurisdiction.
Sir, please don't. I told you don't say. I'm going to add some more days if you keep on talking. You already got 30 days.
I don't understand, sir.
I'm adding more if you keep on talking. Please do not say anything else.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It happened very fast. It's
happening again right now on the record. So those are the reasons
I'm just
that I
apologizing.
find, again, another contempt. And it just continues to happen. And I'm going to, now, if you have one more interruption with me, sir, I'm going to add another 30 days to that. And you're looking at the 60 days. You're going to get 30 days. Right now, you're going to get 60 days if you have one more interruption to. And it will be no early release. At this point, I'm going to order you to report to the Wayne County Jail. Sir, do you have any further questions?
I just want to make sure I can speak without.
In this final segment, Lockhart tries to assert his right to self-representation, but the judge finalizes orders and directs him to Wayne County Jail. The tension slowly resolves as the courtroom emphasizes adherence to rules while Lockhart expresses frustration and constitutional concerns. This conclusion captures both the human element and the legal reality, leaving viewers reflecting on justice, procedure, and the clash of principles. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Being held in contempt or...
Yes, you may speak. I asked you, do you have any further questions, sir?
Thank you. Your Honor, I would just like to tell you, man to man, that it was not my intent to be in contempt. It's never been my goal. I try to do everything in accordance with the law. As you can see, I have filed documents. I filed motions. I've requested information from the court, all in a desperate effort to wrap my head around the proceedings and what's going on here today. And I'm sorry if I may have gotten frustrated and not being able to understand the nature and cause and action against me. But just again, that was not my intention. I look forward to handling this as amicably as possible. I think that the record will show, I think that the prosecutor will agree that there is no international contract to which I'm tied under statutory jurisdiction. And I would love to see it. I would love to see that evidence. But also, we covered the fact that the city is the injured party or the plaintiff. And this would be an improper venue anyway. But I appreciate your advice on handling that and moving forward with motions. I will be doing that. But again, this thing of contempt, it's just, as one man to another trying to understand and stand on my constitutional rights and exercising them. And I feel today, as what's happened is my pursuit in doing that has somehow been converted into crime against me, which is a tragedy in anyone's eyes, So I cannot consent to moving forward because I still do not understand the nature and cause against me. And I will be communicating in writing, and maybe, someone can give that to me in writing. And we can go from there.
All right. And the court has heard all of what I respect the fact that you're trying to use the system and you're trying to operate your understanding of the system, and the court is not trying to impair you in any type of way to present any claims that you may have. I continually referred you to the Michigan court rules, the Michigan Constitution, the United States Constitution. You want to find jurisdiction, you want to challenge jurisdiction, and I told you, if you want to challenge that, you're free to do that. The court is never going to impair anybody to challenge any of the allegations that are held that are brought against them. But there is a procedure, and whether you want to, you got to play by the rules, sir. And whether you accept the rules or not, that's not going to change the rules and the stuff that has been codified and the stuff that has been litigated and argued for over 2 centuries. The rules are not going to change for your position. Now, I asked you to continue, not say anything. I tried. I don't know what position you're really taking or where you're getting all this stuff from. And I asked you to put that stuff in motion. But when I asked you to please be quiet, please, I give you ample time to speak. I have not impaired your ability to put what's on the record, but you continually say the same thing over and over. And then when I ask you to please be quiet, and when I tell you that I'm going to hold you in contempt, if you're not quiet and you continually go over and over and disobey what the court is trying to say, then I have left with no other option to do what I've already done. So you have an absolute right to an attorney. I gave you Mr. Very, 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 very good attorney. Now, whether you want to listen to his advice or not, you have him there at your disposal. Other than that, sir, I don't know what to do for you.
Okay.
So I'm ordering
I
you,
think,
ordering you to report to the Wayne County Jail by 5 p.m. today.
It just happened so fast, sir. I mean, I think we.
Well, maybe you may learn something from this. Maybe you may learn something from this, and that 30 days will give you an opportunity to go read and educate yourself on how this works. I got other people that are taking the same position as you, and I've afforded them the same exact opportunity as you have, and they did not do what you did today. They're holding fast on their position, and that's fine. I respect that. But I don't respect you interrupting me, and it seems that you really need an education on how this stuff works, and I'm going to give you one today. Now, Mr. Berry, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Elwood S. Berry, Jr., P28880, on behalf of this defendant.
Now, do you want to speak with Mr. Berry in a breakout room, sir, or not?
No, with all due respect, Your Honor, yeah, I have the right to represent myself in my own person, and that is what I intend to do after having understood the nature and cause of the action against me.
Well, I've given you. We've gone over all the natures and causes. We've gone over the maximum possible penalty for these offenses. I gave you an opportunity to speak with how and explain to you how the court hears your representations. You can choose to file those representations or not. But in the meantime, I'm going to order you now. I gave you the dates. I'm going to order you now to report to the Wayne County Jail by 5 p.m. today to do those 30 days. All right.